Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Swamp at Port Allegany High School for tonight's North Tier League playoff game between the visiting Coudersport Lady Falcons and our back-to-back North Tier League champion Lady Gators. I'm Jeremy Morey. I'm joined here in the Crow's Nest with Carrie Hauver, our producer and technical director, Dave Bartlett, and on center court camera tonight we have Daniel Morey. The Gators come into this game at 17-4 overall, 14-2 in the league. This year, 2-0 against Coudersport, winning an overtime battle in Coudersport on December 11th, 59-57. And then on January 17th, hosting the Falcons here in the Swamp, a blowout, 54-28 in favor of the Gators. Port Allegany started the year with 10-2 and finished 7-2 in the last 9. Coudersport comes into this North Tier League playoff matchup at 15-7 overall, 10-6 in league play, holding down the 4th spot. Coudersport started the season a little rough, 7-5 to start, but is white hot, 8-2 in the last 10. So we should have an exciting matchup here, a rivalry playoff game. And I think we're going to take a little pause here and turn it over to Athletic Director and Public Address Announcer Aaron Clark for the national anthem and starting lineups.
Everybody please rise. Gentlemen, will move your caps for the playing of the national anthem. And for tonight's starting lineups, first for the visiting Coudersport Falcons. Sophomore number 11, Lady Steinaker. Senior number 3, Lacey Kopchak. Senior number 14, Emily Ruder. Senior number 24, Olivia Fink. And senior number 32, Laura Dunn. The Falcons are coached by Miss Tori Brown. And now the starting lineup for your 2025 NTL champion Lady Gators. First, number 1, Jenna Werner. Number 10, Ella Moses. Number 12, Maddie Ayer. Number 22, Willow Sowers. And number 24, Brady Evans. The
Okay, we're back here in the Crow's Nest after getting the starting lineups. If you didn't catch those, first for visiting Coudersport, number 3, Macy Popchak. Number 11, Lainey Steinmaker. Number 14, Emily Reuter. Number 24, Olivia Fink. And number 32, Laura Dunn. For Port Allegany, number 1, Jenna Renner. Number 10, Ella Moses. Number 12, Maddie Eric. Number 22, Willow Sowers. And number 24, Bryn Evans. So, Carrie, the last time these two teams met, kind of a blowout here in the Swamp, but it was a close battle going to overtime up in Coudersport early on in the season. White-hot Coudersport coming in 8-2 over the last 10. What do you put on your coaching hat?
Yeah, I don't know that we really know what to expect. The first matchup went into overtime, like you said, and then the second one was pretty handily won by Port Allegany. So we'll see what happens here.
So we'll see Jenna Renner jumping against Olivia Fink. And it goes Coudersport's way with Laura Dunn. She'll get it over to Popchak. Back to Reuter now. And she'll get it over to Steinmaker. Her shot up and in. A three-pointer for Steinmaker. Gets the Falcons on top quick. So Bryn will pass it over to Ella, and a foul is going to be called as Ella moves into the lane. That's going to be on number 11, Lainey Steinmaker, her first, team first.
Yeah, and the three-point ball could certainly change, the flow of this game, and that was something that I think was missing the first matchup or the second matchup.
Willow Sowers inbounds it to Ella. She gives it to Bryn. She puts up a three off the rim, no good. And tip to Willow Sowers. She'll put one up off the glass and doesn't get the roll. Moses with the rebound and stripped away and out of bounds. Last touch by Coudersport.
Yeah, and if I remember right, I think Steinmaker got in a little foul trouble that last game, so she didn't play a ton. So if she can stay on the court and make shots like that could make a difference.
Sowers looking to get it in, and she will. Back to Eric. Eric will bounce pass over to Renner. Now back to Willow. Inside to Moses. She'll put one up off the glass. No good. Fink on the rebound, and she'll kick it over to Reuter. Reuter will move across half court. Now down to Dunn. Back to Reuter. Reuter guarded there tightly by Renner. She'll have to pick up her dribble and gets it over to Popchak. Inside to Fink. She's going to be working on Bryn. Fink puts one up. It's blocked. Moses gets the rebound, and she is knocked to the floor. And that's going to be on number 3, Macy Popchak, her first, team second. So 2 fouls quick by the Lady Falcons, not even a minute in.
Yeah, and that can obviously change the game. If someone gets in foul trouble and has to, sit out for a while, that can, change the flow of things for either team.
And a pass, a little errant from Moses, intended for Evans and out of bounds, so a turnover by the Gators. And we'll see Popchak inbounding here for Coudersport.
Looks like a press coming here from Port Allegany.
She'll get it into Steinmaker, quickly back to Reuter. Reuter's going to pass down to a wide open Laura Dunn. She puts one up off the glass, no good. Fink with the rebound. She puts one back up, and it'll get the rolling in. Great finish there from Olivia Fink. Bryn caught in the trap. She'll get it over to Willow. Inside to Moses, gets it back out to Maddie Eric. Looking in, and it's errant pass again, but luckily off of Laura Dunn, so it'll stay Port Allegany ball.
Yeah, I thought Port Allegany had an opportunity there to, kind of duck in from the wing and go to the hoop.
We'll be seeing Sowers inbounding. Still looking. She looked for Renner, and it is taken away by Dunn. And she'll walk as she was trying to pass over to Emily Reuter. Talking to Jamie Evans before the game, he, I asked him what to expect. And he said, well, it really depends on how we come out. And shot from Moses off the front of the rim, and it'll be done with a rebound and kicks it back to Reuter. And we've seen the Lady Gators start rather slow here as of recent. Steinmaker back to Reuter. Reuter looking inside to Fink. It's knocked away by Bryn. But Popchak is there to save the day for the Lady Falcons. Popchak working to her right. Into Fink. Fink at the foul line. She's going to work in on Bryn. She puts one up off the glass and gets another good roll. And Cowdy on a 7-0 run. Pass back in from Eric to Moses. She'll bounce it over to Renner. And she is fouled as she goes up. That's going to be on number 14, Emily Reuter.
Yeah, I think that's big for Coudersport to get Fink going early. Last game, you and I covered that game. the Gators were able to limit her a little bit. So if she gets going early, that's good for Coudersport.
First shot from Renner off the back of the rim. No good.
The Gators just have to break the ice here and, stick to their game plan and get things back on track.
Second shot from Renner, again, no good. And Fink will come down with it. And kicks it over to Stuymaker. Stuymaker down to Popchak in the corner. Oh, is looking inside to Fink, but right to Jenna Renner. Renner's going to work down the court, and she is fouled by Macy Popchak. Her second.
So that's 4 team fouls on Coudersport.
Yeah, that's quick. About 2.5 in. And we'll see some subs coming in after this shot from Jenna. Her first one is up and no good. So coming in will be number 15, Ella Wallers for Macy Popchak, and Peyton Gordon for Maddie Eric. Second shot is no good again. Fink with a rebound. 0 for 4 from the line for Renner. Wallers now leading the offense for the Lady Falcons. Get it over to Dunn. Into Fink. Fink works into the lane. She puts one up. No good. Back to Wallers. Over to Reuter. She puts up a 3. Off the rim. No good. And Renner comes down with it. Renner is going to be met by Wallers and Stuymaker. Bounce pass to Moses. Back out to Evans. She puts up a 3. And in! Nothing but net from Brent Evans, and the Gators are finally on the board.
Yeah, I think now you'll see the Gators settle in a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right that you got to break the ice. Reuter puts one up. No good. Fink with the rebound. She puts it back up and in. 6 on the night for Olivia Fink.
Yeah, 6 of the 9 points for Fink.
Gets it down to Renner in the corner. Back to Bryn, a little too high, and it's going to be Wallers going the other way for Coudersport. She lays it up, no good. And last touch by Coudersport. So they catch a break.
Yeah, Coudersport doing a good job getting out and running and, creating some opportunities on the fast break.
Yeah, and some of the things I've been noticing from Port, just not a lot of crisp passes. Moses into the lane, looking down low to Renner. She puts it up off the glass and in. Fink now gets around Evans. Down to a wide open Reuter. Reuter lays it up and no good. Fouls coming. It's going to be on Peyton Gordon. So the first foul for Port Allegany.
Yeah, I like that play for Port Allegany, having Ella Moses drive in. She's such a dangerous player, and that draws the multiple defenders from Coudersport, and then she's able to dish it off to Jenna Renner. So I'd like to see a little more of that for Port Allegany.
So the first shot from Reuter is in. Yeah, she drew 4 Coudersport defenders, and there was Renner just waiting. And a good finish from Renner. Second shot from Reuter is in, so she makes them both. So Coudersport now with a 6-point lead, 11-5 with 4 minutes to go. Bounce pass back over to Moses. Moses will pick it up, heaves it over to Willow. Willow back into Moses. Bounce pass down low to Gordon. And at last touches Gordon as it rolls out of bounds. And we'll have Ella Wallers inbounding. Gets it into Reuter. And it's got Renner all over, and it's going to pick up a foul by Jenna Renner. It's going to be her first, team second. Ella Wallers, she has a twin sister on the team, Delaney, scratched for the game due to an injury. There's three Lady Falcons out with injuries. It's to Waller. She puts up a 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Moses comes down with a rebound, and she is fouled as she hits the floor. And that's going to be the 5th team foul for Coudersport, so it's going to put the Gators on the line. That is on number 32, Laura Dunn, her first. So a chance to pull within 4 here. First shot from Ella is in.
Yeah, foul trouble can play such a huge factor in the game. You and I did that game against Cameron County. Ella Moses got in foul trouble. I remember she had 4 early in the third and had to sit out a while. So,
second shot from Ella is in, nothing but net. She makes them both, and the Gators are within 4. And we saw Maddie Eric come back on as Willow Sowers heads to the bench. It'll be Emily Reuter now. Gets it back over to Wallers. Wallers looking inside. Gets it to Steinmaker. Steinmaker to Fink. Fink going to work on Bryn. She puts one up and is fouled as she goes in. That's going to be on Bryn, her first.
Yeah, Fink's done a good job catching in the high post. Good, quick move to the basket. And
yeah, I think that's what, 4 or 5 times she's been able to just catch that and move right around Bryn. Her first shot is no good. So some adjustments there will have to be made by Coach Evans. Second shot by Fink is in, nothing but net. 12-7, 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Coudersport on top of the Lady Gators. Gets it over to Moses, now back to Evans. Evans over to Eric. She's going to line up a 3 off the rim, and no, doesn't get the fall. Walls wrote right back to Renner. She gets it to Moses. Moses down to Renner. Kicks it back to Evans. Evans to Gordon. Gordon in the lane. She puts one up off the backboard. No good. She'll get her own rebound. Puts it up again. No good. Renner now. And she is fouled as she takes the shot. That is on Lainey Steinmaker, her second. And we saw her in foul trouble like you mentioned earlier, Carrie, on the second matchup.
So she's got 2 fouls now.
Yep. Renner's first shot is no good. Well, Carrie, every time we do a game, you're always talking turnovers and foul shots, that they make a difference. And
rebounds.
And rebounds. And she misses again. And to that, there's 6 points. That would be a Gator lead right now. So Waller's with the ball. She's going to be met by Moses. Gets it over to Dunn. Into Fink. Fink going to charge to the hoop and off her own leg, and a turnover for Coudersport.
Yeah, but from Coudersport's perspective, I think you keep doing that. She's got that quick first step and had some pretty good looks, 6 points so far. So I think the Gators are going to have somebody from the wing maybe step in on the low block and try to cut her off and have to kick it out.
So Eric will come up with it after it bounces off her leg. She's looking for help. And a 5-second violation. She couldn't get help. So the Gators will turn it right back over.
Yeah, she was kind of caught in that where she had dropped the ball, and I don't think she was sure if she had her dribble or not. Yeah. So needed a teammate to come over and help her out.
Emily Reuter will bring it across half court for Coudersport. Guarded there by Jenna Renner. Gives it to Wallers. Wallers to Steinmaker. Steinmaker picked up her. Oh, she walked. So Moses, a 1,000-point scorer this year. Oh, looking inside to Renner, wasn't there. Just out of Jenna's reach. And again, another turnover.
Turnovers are one of those things that we had mentioned. What was the other game we did? The Cameron County game. I think there was a lot of turnovers that game.
Yep. Get it into Fink. She'll pick it up, gives it back to Wallers. Wallers to Steinmaker. And there's going to be a foul called.
I think that might have been on Fink.
That would be her first. We have 5 fouls. I'm not sure why. Unless it was a... I don't know. So Moses gets it to Gordon. She takes a shot off the rim. And kept in, but not quite, by Renner. So another turnover for the Gators.
Well, Coach Evans knows the rules pretty well, so he probably would have let him know if it was time to shoot.
Yeah, maybe it's...
Maybe because it was an offensive foul.
Yeah, offensive foul. So under a minute and a half to go. Wallers inside to Dunn. Wide open layup and in from Laura Dunn. And the Falcons extend the lead back out to 7. Moses into the lane, loses the handle on it, flips it to Renner. She puts it up and in. 4 on the night for Renner.
Yeah, crafty play there for Ella Moses. Loses track of it and flips it over to Renner.
So it'll be Reuter looking for help. She'll get it back over to Wallers. Under a minute now. Wallers waiting for help. Picks it up inside to Fink. And she's going to be fouled by Peyton Gordon.
I thought maybe we'd see a moving screen out here, so Steinmaker's lucky that,
I think Ella was looking for it.
Yeah, from the ref's perspective, didn't see it, so.
And we'll see Willow Sowers coming back on for Peyton Gordon as she has picked up 2 fouls here in this opening quarter. Gets it into Fink. She puts one up, no good. Dunn with a rebound. She puts it up, no good. And Moses comes away with it and gets it ahead to Sowers. Sowers bounce pass back over to Ella. Moses heaves it down in the corner to Eric. Eric will float one. Doesn't get the roll, and Dunn comes away with it. Kicks it out to Reuter. And Emily's going to slow it down a touch as she gets across half court with Jenna Renner in her face. Over to Steinmaker. 15 seconds. Steinmaker working all around. She puts one up high off the glass and in from Lainey Steinmaker. 5 on the night for her.
Yeah, I thought we saw a help defense from the Gators coming over to cut her off, but they just kept chasing the person they were defending. So
that first foul is on Maddie Eric. And Steinmaker makes it a 3-point play. Evans coming down the court, met by Steinmaker. Back to Moses. Moses works in, gets it back out to Eric. She's going to put up a 3. Airballed it, and that'll do it for the first quarter. 17-9. So, Carrie, I had a chance to talk with head coach Tori Brown of Coudersport before the game. She said she was excited to have this season with this senior class. She always wanted to get back into coaching, and she was glad that she could do it with this group of girls. And she's excited to see what the rest of the season can bring. Glad to see that they met Port in this NTL tournament, a team that they will not see in the playoffs. Obviously, Coudersport single A, Port Allegany double A. But it's a good, tough matchup before the playoffs start. She said that the single A District 9 girls bracket really is anybody's game this year. She's happy with the team's progression as the season has moved on, and they've really hit their stride at the right time. And this Lady Falcons team really wants to play in March. And if they keep playing like they are tonight, there's a good chance that they could see March.
Yeah, certainly off to a good start. You always ask me to put on my coaching hat. I think if I'm Coach Evans, I say, look, that was a little sloppy from a Port Allegany perspective, and let's just put that one behind us and play our game and fight our way back here, try to win this quarter and cut the lead a little bit and, not panic.
Yeah, and nothing new. Fans of the Lady Gators will know that they have started slow in many games, but obviously winning the NTL again, it hasn't hurt them. So it'll be Maddie Eric, gets it into Evans. Back out to Moses. She puts up a 3 off the rim, no good. Eric will chase it down. Gets it back to Moses, back to Eric. Eric's going to go baseline, working on Dunn. Bounce pass out to Willow. Willow inside to Evans. Met by Fink. Gets it back out to Willow. She puts one up. In and out. And Dunn comes down with a rebound. The Gators getting some looks, just can't seem to buy a shot.
Yeah, but to finish my statement there, I think concerning for Coach Evans is giving up 17 points in a quarter. That can't continue.
Right. So an air ball there from Lainey Steinmaker. So it'll be a turnover for the Lady Falcons. And Moses will bring it across half court, met there by Popchak. Gets it to Eric. Now to Renner, inside of Moses. Moses looking for somebody. It's knocked away, and Steinmaker's heading the other way for Coudersport. Oh, tried to get it to Popchak, but tipped away by Moses.
Yeah, Popchak has 2 fouls and, sat out for a little while. To put on my coaching hat, I'd say go right at her. You're trying to get, make someone take an unnecessary reach or something and get him back on the bench. And
Yeah, Popchak averaging 5.8 points per game. Fink works in on Bryn, puts one up and in again. 9 on the night for Olivia Fink. Moses to Sowers. Back to Evans. To Eric. Thought about a shot. She's going to work in. She puts up a floater off the front of the rim. Sowers is going to chase it down and gets it back to her. She puts up a 2 off the back of the rim, and Steinmaker gets the rebound. Steinmaker will slow things down, and we're going to see Wallers coming back in. Popchak thought about it. Gets it to Steinmaker. Back to Popchak. She puts up a 3. Off the rim, no good. Fink with the rebound over top of Evans. Back to Reuter. She puts one up. Airballed it out of bounds, and Evans seems to be shaken up after that last.
When he got poked in the eye or something?
Yeah, could be. She was going up against Olivia Fink. Yeah, it looks like maybe a finger to the eye, and Bryn's going to head to the bench, and we'll see Peyton Gordon on.
Yeah, so Gordon has 2 fouls, has to play smart here, not to pick up a 3rd. A good start for Coudersport. They've got to be happy with their performance so far.
Oh, absolutely. Gets it to Renner. Back to Gordon. She walked as she was trying to pass. So another unforced turnover.
Yeah, like right there, with turnovers, they didn't even get an opportunity to shoot. So if you take the ball out of your own hands, turn the ball over, that's not a recipe for success.
Ella Waller's now in the game for Coudersport. She's going to run the offense, gets it over to Popchak. Popchak going to work around. Back to Wallers.
Can't leave her.
Yeah, and it'll be a shot from Popchak, and in! A long 2. First points of the night for Macy Popchak.
I thought maybe we'd see a three-point attempt there from Wallers. Nobody was covering her.
Inside to Moses. Met by Fink. She puts one up. No good. And Reuter comes down with a rebound. Coudersport now with a 12-point lead, 21-9. Wallers to Popchak. Inside to Wallers. She puts one up and in. And a timeout called by Coach Jamie Evans with a 14-point deficit for the Gators. Not really, certainly not what I expected. I was expecting high-intensity game. It's a rivalry game. We're in the North Tier League playoffs now. Kind of a closer matchup, but it's all Coudersport.
Yeah, not seeing the intensity from Port Allegany that I expected. The teams that I've coached, I always try to tell them that you're going to have off nights offensively, but you should never have an off night defensively. And it looks like Port Allegany is having an off night defensively due to lack of intensity or something else. Just getting outworked a little bit so far. So they're going to have to step things up a little bit.
So as we just saw the cheerleaders on the floor, I'd like to recognize them. Jersey Gamut, Sophia Behringer, Savannah Hart, Lillianne Reed, Maddie Dinch, and Maddie Evans, and they are coached by Terry Austin and Alexis Reed. So as we break from the timeout for Coudersport, we will see Popchak, Reuter, Wallers, Dunn, and Fink. For Port, Eric, Renner, Gordon, Moses, and Sowers. So we are now under 5 to go in this first half. Port Allegany has to get something going offensively. Renner looking for help. She'll get it back to Sowers. Has Reuter in her face. Back down to Renner. Renner looking inside. Wasn't there. Back to Moses. All the way across to Eric. Eric going to put one up. Off the rim. No good. Fink with a big rebound for the Falcons. Kicks it out to Wallers. Long pass down to Popchak. Gets it back to Wallers. She puts up a 3. And in! 5 on the night for Ella Wallers. Moses working on Wallers. Heaves it across to Eric. She puts one up. Airballed it right to Laura Dunn. She'll kick it back out to Emily Reuter. To Wallers. Inside to Fink. Wasn't there. And last touch by Port, so it's going to stay Cowdy ball. And coming in will be Lainey Steinmaker for Emily Reuter. And Emily Reuter second on the team in scoring with 104 this year. Fink with 114. She is the team's leading scorer on the year and on the night. Get it into Dunn. She can't get a shot off. And that's going to be on Jenna Renner, her second.
Yeah, and mix-ups like that defensively this late in the season, that's not what you want to see. So, you have to protect the basket here on these inbound plays.
They'll get it into Fink. Back to Popchak. Popchak going to work around. It's there. She puts one up, and it's blocked. Fink comes down with it, and she's going to tie it up with Evans. Possession arrow in Coudersport's favor. Long possession down in the Gators' end. Get it into Fink. Fink, turnaround jumper off the rim. Moses comes down with a good rebound for the Port. Ooh, it's stripped away by Popchak. And Moses will chase it down, and she'll foul Popchak. Going for the ball, arguing her case. But to no avail, her first of the night. And a timeout called by Coach Tori Brown. So Carey talked to Coach Evans before the game. And he didn't really want to say too awful much, but he did want to thank the North Tier League athletic directors for putting this event together. These extra games before the playoffs are a big help. Otherwise, they'd be scrambling to find a scrimmage or an opponent. I did want to point out that Ella Moses was selected to both the Big 30 and District 9 All-Star teams. And Coach Evans was selected to coach the District 9 All-Stars. In regards to the playoffs, the seedings will come out tomorrow night. He's expecting the Lady Gators to be a number 1 or number 2 seed in AA. The 4 teams, there's only 4 teams in AA going to the playoffs, so they're going to jump right to semifinals. So it's going to be a neutral site game. Those 4 teams are Port Allegany, Red Bank Valley, Kane, and Keystone.
Go ahead. You kind of alluded to it earlier. Coudersports and single A, Port Allegany's in double A. Just kind of interesting how close, in size these two schools are. But one falling in single A, one falling in double A. Yeah. So.
Oh, Coudersport looks to get it in. They do. Oh, but she was stepped on the line. Steinmaker did, and it's a turnover. So the Gators will finally get it out of their own end. 3:39 on the clock, down by 15. 17, sorry, down by 17. Gets it to Eric, inside to Moses. She puts up a shot, in! Steinmaker will get it into the Wallers. Student section coming alive a little bit now. Popchak gets it to Dunn. She'll have Gordon in her face. Back to Fink. Fink works into the paint. Back out to Popchak. Inside to Dunn. Gets it back to Popchak. Wide open 3. She'll put it up off the rim. No good. And Renner comes down with the ball. And Jenna Renner will kick it back out to Evans. Gets it over to Eric. Eric's going to shoot. And in! Nothing but net! From Maddie Eric, her first points of the night.
Yeah, she's had a couple good looks so far. Thought she had the shooter's roll on that one, but finally breaks the ice. And
now to Dunn. Going to work on Gordon. Kicks it back out to Popchak. Popchak to Fink. Giving her a lot of room. She's going to work into the paint, met by Evans. Kicks it back out to Steinmaker. She puts up a 3 off the back of the rim. And Moses comes down with a big rebound. Gets it down to Renner. Renner puts it up and in! Gators now with 6 straight points. Pulling within 9. If I could do math. Underneath the Popchak, she lays it up and in. Good luck there from Fink. .139 to go. They'll get it down to Eric in the corner. Bounce pass inside to Moses. She puts up a floater off the front of the rim. Evans comes down with it. Bounce pass over to Gordon. She lays it up and in from Peyton Gordon. Starting to see a little bit of that spark, Carey.
11-point game.
I'm done saying that. Wallers gives it to Popchak. To Dunn. She's going to go baseline. Looking for help. Gets it back out to Popchak. Inside to Fink. Fink with an extra step. One too many for Olivia Fink, and she'll turn it over for the Lady Falcons. And Emily Reuter will be back on for Laura Dunn. 1:06 on the clock. Ello across half court, directing traffic. Oh, it's taken away by Wallers. Looks down, oh, it's knocked away by Eric. What hustle from Maddie Eric to knock that pass away. It was intended for Macy Popchak. And it will be Popchak to inbound. Looking for somebody, gets it into Fink, gets it back to Popchak. Now to Reuter. Reuter, top of the key, gets it back to Waller. She's going to work in, gets it over to Fink. She lays it up and in. Good finish from Olivia Fink.
Yeah, great pass there by Wallers to, have the defense step up and then find the open cutter.
Gives it to Gordon. Now down to Evans in the corner. Gets it back out to Eric. She's going to put up a three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Gordon with the rebound. And she hits the floor and fouled. That's going to be on Fink, her second.
You're doing a great job keeping track of points, fouls.
Hey, thanks.
Not quite the point spread, but...
Three-point shot from Evans. Airballed it. And Wallers comes down with it, but steps out of bounds. So it'll stay Port Allegany ball. 17.9 on the clock. Port looking for somebody to inbound, and it'll be Maddie Eric. Eric tried to get it into Evans, and Fink takes it away. And she gets it out to Reuter. 10 seconds. Reuter to Popchak. Inside to Fink. Fink, turnaround floater, up, no good. She gets her own rebound, but tipped out of bounds. 3.7. Stays Coudersport ball. And we'll see Emily Reuter to inbound. Gets it into Wallers. Wallers to Steinmaker. And she runs out of time. And that will do it for the first half of this North Tier League playoff rivalry game between the back-to-back North Tier League champion Port Allegany Gators and the visiting Coudersport Falcons. They will head to the locker room now. Score at the half. Coudersport 30, Port Allegany 17. Carey there at the end of the half. It looked like Port Allegany was getting a spark offensively, but Coudersport quickly shut the door.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard and seeing 30 and a half. I mean, those are great numbers for Coudersport. So, if I'm knowing Coach Evans, I know he's going to emphasize that if they're going to get back in this game, they've got to play better defense.
Yeah.
That's number one. Getting some pretty good looks offensively. I just think what you can control is your defense and your defensive effort. And I think if they step that up a little bit, some of these shots I think are going to eventually fall. So,
yeah, I would agree. And just looking at my unofficial scores, Ella Moses with only 4. Jenna Renner with 6, but she left 6 at the foul line tonight. Maddie Eric with 2, Peyton Gordon with 2, and Bryn Evans hit that lone 3 for Port. On Coudersport's side, Popchak with 4, Steinmaker with 6, Reuter with 2, Wallers with 5, Fink with 11, and Dunn with 2. So Coach Brown very happy for the Falcons. Coach Evans probably not feeling so warm and fuzzy anymore as he heads to the locker room. So with 8:45 to go in halftime, Carey and I are going to take a little break, and we'll join you before the start of the second half. Okay, we're back. Before the start of the second half, great first half by Coudersport, scoring 30. And the Gators trail by 13. Certainly not out of reach, Kerry. Anything can happen. Obviously, we saw Port go on a quick 6-0 run. But Coudersport finished strong with another 4. So what adjustments, your Coach Evans, put on your coaching hat. I always want you to do that. What adjustments are you making at halftime?
I'm sure that Coach Evans has probably just challenged him a little bit. I'm conflicted about this tournament. We were kind of talking offline. The Gators come in as NTL champs, and they're going to hang that up on the banner, something to be proud of, back-to-back champs. Then you have this tournament, which is sandwiched in between the regular season and the actual playoffs.
Yeah.
This doesn't really matter, so to speak. I mean, it's a pride thing. And if Coudersport wins, I'm not making excuses. If Coudersport wins, they absolutely deserve it, and they should be very happy. It's just, I don't know, it's just a weird tournament.
Yeah.
That it doesn't, quote-unquote, mean anything.
So we'll see Moses looking inside to Evans, and is taken away by Dunn and picked up by Steinmaker. Fink now to Popchak. She'll put one up. Airballed it right over to Dunn. Gets it back out to Steinmaker. Over to Reuter. She'll have to chase it down. Reuter back to Steinmaker to Dunn in the corner. She's going to work into the paint. Lays it up and in. Good look from Lainey Steinmaker. That makes 8 on the night for her. Moses, bounce pass over to Sowers. Back into Moses to Renner. Renner going baseline. Look to Evans. She'll get it. She puts one high off the glass. No good. Fink comes down with the rebound and gets it over to Reuter. Reuter thought about a 3 and had Eric come out. Gives it back to Popchak. Popchak over to Dunn. Into Fink. Back to Steinmaker. Steinmaker again into the lane. She gets it back out to Popchak. She's going to go baseline. Puts one up way behind the backboard, and it's going to send her to the line. Fouled as she shot. That is on number 24, Bryn Evans, her second.
So defensively, Coach Evans has made the switch, having Jenna Renner guard Olivia Fink rather than Bryn Evans. So one adjustment there.
First shot missed by Popchak. And Gordon will come on for Evans. Yeah, for being as tall as she is, she's very quick, Olivia Fink.
Yeah, quick first step.
And Jenna Renner, obviously, everybody knows how quick she is. Second shot is nothing but net from Popchak. 5 on the night for her. As Moses crosses half court, gets it to Sowers. To Renner in the corner. Oh, boy, it is tipped away by Laura Dunn out of bounds, so the Gators will retain possession. And it'll be Willow to inbound. Gets it into Renner. She puts up a 3. And Gordon that is going to be on 32. Laura Dunn, her second. With a push on Peyton Gordon. Sowers looking to get it in to somebody. Still looking. She'll bounce pass it in off the foot of Laura Dunn. And it looks like we'll have Bryn Evans coming back on for Sowers. And now Moses will be inbounding. Long toss to Evans. And she tried to get it back into Moses, but she was fouled. That's going to be on number 3, Macy Popchak, her third.
Yeah, and Popchak, I think, caught a wrist or something to the face from Moses, so they're battling down there.
So Moses again. Oh, it's tipped away by Fink, and she'll wrestle it away from Bryn. 3-on-2 now for Lady Falcons, and a travel by Emily Reuter. So it'll be Maddie Eric now for Port. Bounce pass to Evans. To Renner. To Moses now. Heaves it all the way across to Eric. Eric puts one up, and off the rim, no good. Reuter with the rebound. She puts up a three. Off the front of the rim, right to Ella Moses. Moses is going to work to her right. Gives it off to Renner. Back inside to Moses. Moses is going to work on Fink. Turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound by Reuter. Again, Gators just can't get anything to fall offensively. Back to Popchak. Over to Dunn. Back to Reuter. Another three from Reuter. And in. Nothing but net. 5 on the night for Emily Reuter. To Evans. She'll put up a three. Off the rim. No good. Dunn with the rebound. Gets it up to Steinmaker. Steinmaker going to work into the lane. Untouched. Layup and in. Second time we've seen that from Lainey Steinmaker. Now a 21-point lead for the Lady Falcons. And stripped away by Reuter. Picked up by Gordon. And she heaves one off the bottom of the backboard. And Steinmaker picks it up for Cowdy. Over to Reuter. Down to Popchak. She puts up a two. And in. Nothing but net from Macy Popchak. Cowdy can't miss.
No.
And a timeout. Taken by Coach Jamie Evans.
Yeah, and back to what I was saying, I don't want anybody from, I know a lot of people from Coudersport. I don't want to diminish what, may happen here.
Yeah.
Anytime you play a sport against another team, especially your neighbor, you want to beat them. You want to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about pride at the end of the day. But as far as the playoff seeding or, fighting for a league championship, this is kind of irrelevant. It's just, I help coach for the boys, and we go down and we play Otto Elder tomorrow. We absolutely want to beat them. Mm-hmm. Otto Elder doesn't want to lose to us, but if we beat them, nothing changes. We're still seeded what we're seeded in the playoffs. Otto Elder's seeded whatever they are in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It's just, back to Coach Evans' statement, it's better than a scrimmage.
Right, yeah.
It's good to be playing. Mm-hmm. I was trying to think back to my day. When we qualified for the playoffs, I don't know if Coach Rodenbush is listening. He was my coach back in the day, and I think we scrimmaged Bradford. So this is much better than a scrimmage, but it's just, I don't know, conflicted about it, I guess. As I know, many other coaches that I've talked to are just don't really know what to make of it.
Yeah, speaking of your playing days and Coach Rodenbush, the last time the boys won a league championship, the 2001, hanging up there on the banner.
Yeah, I reluctantly nod my head. I wish there was a bunch in between, but...
Right. Evans with a good rebound. She goes up and is fouled. That's going to be on Fink, her third. Yeah, you're right. There's been a lot of good teams in between 2001 and 2025. Shot up by Evans, no good.
Yeah, some second place finishes, a lot of third place finishes, just, a lot of good teams just haven't been able, but you run into one really great team. You look at Otto Elder here the last 4 years, undefeated in North Tier League play. It's just, Cameron County's been really good. Would probably win the league most years, but they just happen to coincide at the same time as this Otto Elder club. So, it's all about, what year and who's playing. And
to that, that just shows, I think, how tough. Reuter lays one up and no good. Renner with a rebound. How tough the North Tier League is. When, you think back with some of those players through the years, in the last 24 years that have come through Port Allegany and they haven't been able to win a league title. Shot from Renner is in! A long two from Jenna Renner. And, I think that's a credit to, how tough the North Tier League is.
Right.
Inside to Fink. She'll pull it down and gives it to Dunn. Now to Popchak from the top of the key. She puts one up and in. 9 on the night for Macy Popchak. Over to a wide open Eric. She puts a shot up. No good. Fink on the rebound. Gives it out to Renner. Renner's going to move quick. Or Reuter this way. Lays it up. No good. Eric with the rebound. You know, the Gators just not getting a lot of second looks either. You know, it's a shot. If it doesn't fall, Coudersport doing great with defensive rebounds tonight. Just no follow-up secondary shots for Port.
Yeah, Dunn and Fink are doing a great job down low. You know, cleaning up the rebounds, limiting second chances.
It'll be Ella into Bryn. Nice pass finish by Bryn Evans. And another timeout will be taken by Coach Evans. And we will see Sage Fox and Ella Wallers coming on for Coudersport.
So I don't know that our camera can capture the boys, you know, in the student section, but they brought the ESPN logo. They have a little table set up. I see some headsets, so they showed up to support the Lady Gators.
Yeah, looking sharp. I see some suits and ties down there.
Yeah, I had to tie one for one of them. That's why I was cutting it close to game time.
Well, hopefully the Gators here can give them a little something more to cheer for as they're down by 21. And we'll see Ella Wallers inbounding for Coudersport. And she'll get it into Steinmaker. Steinmaker will head towards her left, gets it back to Wallers. Wallers into Fox. Back to Wallers. To Dunn. Back to Wallers. Getting trapped over there by Renner, and she gets it back to Steinmaker. Oh, it's stripped away by Peyton Gordon, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Coudersport ball. And we'll have Wallers inbounding. Gets it into Fox. She puts one up off the glass and in for Sage Fox. Moses to Eric. Has it stripped away by Reuter. She'll pick it out. It's still on the floor, picked up by Reuter. Taken right away by Moses. She's going to head to the basket, lays it up, no good. And a foul called underneath. That's going to be on Laura Dunn, her third. So now 3 Falcons with 3 fouls each. Popchak, Fink, and Dunn. Last time we called the game, Carrie, it was Steinmaker. She's at 2. So now Ella, first shot is up and no good. That's 9 misses from the foul line tonight for the Lady Gators. Second shot from Ella, wide left, and rebounded by Fox. She gets it out to Reuter. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Port Allegany down 44-21. Gets it over to Steinmaker. Steinmaker from the three-point line. Ah, no good. Rebounded by Moses. Double dribble. Oh, they didn't call it. I saw Terry Gleason.
Like he was saying that it was tipped.
Oh. It's going to put Peyton Gordon on the line, and that foul is going to be on Sage Fox, her first. Yeah, it looked like a double dribble. It was tipped, though. And another foul line miss for Port. And coming into the game will be number 21, Lila Rohr. And Laura Dunn will head to the bench. Second shot from Gordon also missed. Rebounded by Rohr. And Steinmaker will bring it down. Hands it off to Wallers. To Rohr. Back to Reuter. Reuter directing traffic. Bounce pass over to Wallers. And a foul on Sage Fox, her second. 1:01 to go here in the third quarter. Moses over to Gordon. Down to Evans. Back inside to Moses. Knocked away. Taken away by Fox. And she'll hand it right off to Reuter. Reuter's going to be challenged there by Eric. Gives it back to Wallers. Oh, poked away by Jenna Renner. So we'll be seeing Ella Wallers inbounding here for Cowdy. Gets it into Fox. Back to Wallers. She'll go to the corner now. She's going to go baseline. Bounce pass over to a wide open Roar. She lays it up and in. Under 20 to go here in the third quarter. Gators down 46-21. Inside to Moses. She puts one up and a block. Well, those will be Moses' first points of the second half. That's the fourth foul on Popchak.
That was on Fox.
Oh, yeah, Fox. Shot doesn't go. The foul line struggles continue for the Gators. That's tipped away by Evans, right out of the hands of Stuymaker. Six seconds. Waller's inbounding for the Falcons. And Maddie Eric hit the floor hard as she grimaces and she gets up. And that is on Fox, her fourth. And Moses will get it into Eric. Gets it back to Moses. Puts up a long three off the side of the rim, no good. So at the end of three, Coudersport has doubled up the Lady Gators 46-23. While we have time, I'd like to thank the Port Allegany School Board, Superintendent Paula Newell, High School Principal Mark Budd, Elementary School Principal Greg Oliver, and Athletic Director Aaron Clark for all of their support of the Gator Network over the year. And also our Gator Network crew tonight on center court camera, Daniel Morey, our producer and technical director, Dave Bartlett, and Carrie Hauver and myself, Jeremy Morey, bringing you this playoff rivalry game that sadly isn't much of a game. But, you know, I guess the benefit of this is that we won't have to face these Falcons in the playoffs.
Right. And, you know, I was up in Coudersport actually, you know, a couple hours ago and, you know, ran into some Coudersport people that I, you know, overheard them talking about tuning into the Gator Network tonight. So we welcome all the Coudersport Falcons fans for tuning in. You know, from a Gator perspective, we wish the score was maybe flipped. But,
sure we do.
Hey, you never know. And but we thank them for tuning in. And
yeah, absolutely. I'd like to apologize to Falcon Nation. When the boys were here, I was calling Mitch Taylor Mitchell all night, and was corrected quickly after the game. So sorry to the Falcon fans for screwing up his name. We'll see Emily Reuter guarded tightly there by Maddie Eric, and it's stolen away by Bryn Evans. Pass intended for Dunn. Evans heading the other way quickly. Bounce pass back out to Renner, and it's stripped away. Gordon comes away with it. She goes up. She's fouled, and if that's on Fink, that's going to be her fourth. It is 4 on Olivia Fink. Fink's been held scoreless here in the second half. And we'll see Gordon back to the line. Her shot up and in. Second shot from Gordon is in. She makes them both. Popchak to inbound. Gets it into Dunn. Back to Popchak. Met by Evans and Renner. Oh, hits the floor hard as the ball was stripped away. That's on Bryn. Her third. And we'll see Macy Popchak inbound again for the Lady Falcons. Gets it into Fink. And tied up Possession arrow in the Gators' favor as Evans tied up Fink. And she'll get it into Evans. Looks back to Moses. Great one-handed grab. She lays one up. Doesn't get the roll. Gordon gets the rebound. She puts it back up. No good. Fouled on the floor. That's on Dunn. That's her fourth. Dunn, Fink, and Fox all with 4. First shot from Gordon is in. Nothing but net. After missing her first 2, has made now 3 in a row. Second shot from Gordon is in. Gators now within 19. Long pass ahead to Reuter. And double dribble by Emily Reuter.
Yeah, so the press, causing just a little bit of nervousness or
yeah, just enough.
Uncomfortability.
Evans inbounds to Moses. Bounce pass over to Eric, back inside to Moses, out to Renner. She puts up a 2. And in from Jenna Renner. Pop check working on Evans. Heaves it down and almost taken away by Maddie Eric. Great defense from Eric.
So the Gators showing signs of life.
Yeah. Hopefully not too little too late. Gets it into Reuter. She puts up a 3. Airballed it right to Evans. Long heave to Gordon. And it's taken away by Reuter. Steinmaker contended that pass. It's stripped away. And a timeout is taken by Coach Tori Brown as the Gators have closed within 17.
Yeah, so win or lose here for the Gators, some signs of life.
Yeah.
What you wanted to see, a couple quarters ago. But, we'll see what happens here as we conclude the game. But, you want to take some positive momentum heading into the playoffs.
Right, we just saw that nice replay of Jenna Renner's shot. It was a long 2. That shot captured by Daniel Morey and replayed by Dave Bartlett. Cheerleaders trying to get the Gator Rumble going here. Pretty decent crowd here in the Swamp tonight. And tomorrow night, we want to remind everybody that the boys head over to Duke Center to play undefeated Otto Eldred in the North Tier League tournament.
Yeah, that was streamed by somebody last time we were there. I'm not sure where, but on the Huddle, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Someone told me.
Okay.
So if you have a Huddle.
Is that free?
I don't even know. We expect a raucous crowd down there as usual.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's knocked away by Moses, but picked up by Dunn. Evans hits the floor, ties her up, and possession arrow for the Falcons. Still quite a bit of time. The Gators could pull closer.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
I'll get it into Reuter. Reuter guarded there by Sowers. Willow out there has bounced off her foot and nearly goes back court and gets it to Popchak. Popchak loses a handle on it, regains possession. Oh, it's tipped away, taken right away by Moses. Ella working to her right, bounce pass over to Evans. She puts up a 3, off the rim, no good. Gordon with the rebound. Kicks it back out to Moses. Got Popchak in her face, bounce pass inside to Evans, back out to Renner. She puts up a 2, off the rim, no good. Gordon with another rebound. Looking inside, gets it to Moses. Moses, turnaround floater, airballed it right to Renner. And it's taken away by Fink. And a foul is going to be called on number 1, Jenna Renner, her 3rd of the night.
Yeah, a couple second and third chance opportunities there. Peyton Gordon doing a great job rebounding on the opposite block there, and I don't think she realized the opportunity she had to just go up with it.
So we'll see Ella Wallers come in now. And she kicks it ahead to a wide open Lainey Steinmaker. Lays it up and in.
Yeah, I just feel like that was a huge...
Oh, that was there. Yeah. Inside to Evans. Now back out to Moses to Renner. She meets Fink. Ball on the floor, taken away by Popchak. And another foul. Going to be on Renner, her 4th.
And Coudersport's kind of caught in that. You know, I'm conflicted as a coach. You want to kind of run a 4 corners, you know, run the clock. Mm-hmm. There's no shot clock in Pennsylvania. But you don't want to take yourself out of sync and, you know, make unforced errors. So
Wallers will kick it ahead again off of Steinmaker. So a quick turnover there from the Falcons. You know, who's usually watching these Coudersport Port games is Christian Savinsky.
Yeah, you know, I saw him the other day at the youth basketball tournament up in Coudersport.
Yep.
He was talking about that story he loves to hear, but I don't know, maybe we'll just save that for football season.
Yeah. So Reuter now with the ball. Going to toss it back out to Steinmaker. Steinmaker going to come right in the lane again, and she is fouled hard, and she hits the floor. And we're going to see who that's on. That's going to be, that's on Renner. That's it for Jenna.
And that was just a trial balloon to see if Mr. Savinsky's watching, because I expect a text here for about 5 seconds if he is watching.
So Jenna Renner will head out of the game with 10 points on the night. And Maddie Eric will come back on for her. And the shot from Steinmaker is in. And back on will be Lila Rohr for Olivia Fink. Steinmaker's second shot is in, nothing but net. 14 on the night for Steinmaker. Moses calling out the play. Bounce pass over to Sowers. She gives it right back to Moses. Moses heaves it across to Eric. She puts up a shot off the rim. Moses with a rebound up and in. Gets it into Wallers. 4:33 to go in the game. Gators down by 19. Wallers hanging out near half court. Challenged a little. Eric loses her footing. Gets it to Steinmaker. Tipped away by Gordon. She'll regain possession. It's to Reuter. Gordon dives on the floor, and they'll tie up for a jump ball, this time in the Gators' possession.
Yeah, good hustle play there by Peyton Gordon to get down on the floor. Most players, you know, don't want to do that, and she got down there to tie it up and make it Gators' ball. So.
And on for Willow Sowers will be number 44, Emily Eric. We had, I think, 8 or 10 points the other night on senior night. So Maddie Eric will bounce pass over to Moses. Moses from the top of the key. She takes a shot off the side of the rim. Rebound by Wallers. Wallers going to move very quickly across half court. Looks inside to Rohr. Rohr met there by Evans. She puts one up over the top of the rim. Rebound by Popchak. Kicks it back out to Steinmaker. Over to Wallers. And she'll back it out and calm things down a bit. She's going to have Emily Eric on her. And now joined by Moses to Popchak. And a foul is going to be called. And a turnover.
Maybe a moving screen or something.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all I can guess.
Moses gets it to Evans. Back into Moses. She puts one up. No good. Gets her own rebound. She tries to go up again and is fouled. It's going to put Ella on the line.
I was just thinking, you know, as I'm watching the game here, thinking about next year and, you know, how these teams match up. Talk after the shot here.
First shot from Ella is in.
You know, Coudersport loses Laura Dunn, Olivia Fink, Emily Reuter, Macy Popchak, but there are a lot of good players out there coming back. So in Port Allegany loses Ella Moses and Willow Sowers and Bree Daniels, and I know there's a fourth one. You know, so
Emily Eric.
Emily Eric. So
and a scrum. It's taken away by Sowers or Moses, but picked up by Steinmaker. She kicks it over to Popchak. Moses made both those foul shots. And she'll hand it off to, timeout by Coach Tori Brown, as Reuter was in trouble there, as Moses was all over her.
Yeah, to kind of conclude that thought, I think the next few years you're going to see more of the same, more battles. So great for the fans, great for these players to have such good competition to go against. Otto Elder looks like they're bringing back a lot of players.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a team to watch. Coach Gray is building a heck of a program, just as Coach Francis has on the boys' side. Otto Elder beat these Lady Falcons by 20 in their last game. When was that?
Yeah, it's been an interesting year. Oswego Valley kind of came alive there at the end of the year, knocked off Otto Elder, which opened the door for Port Allegany to go over to Austin the other night and win the league. So on any given night, you don't know who's going to win.
Right. So 3:15 to go in the game. Port Allegany down by 17. I said early on that, Port has started slow all year and it really hasn't bit them. Well, it bit hard tonight. Oh, tried to get it into Stuymaker, but off the foot of Moses. So we'll do it again. Popchak will get it into Wallers. And there's going to be a foul on Emily Eric, her first. Team 5th. That's going to put Ella Wallers on the line. She scored 5, all in the first half. Her shot is up and in. Second shot is off the back of the rim. Rebound by Moses. Moses is going to work in the lane. Puts one up off the side of the rim. No good. Gets her own rebound. She's going to kick it right back out to Reuter. Nobody home for the Gators. Reuter will get it to Wallers. Wallers bounce pass to Rohr. Rohr going to work around. Puts one up. Nobody there except for Popchak on the rebound. Gets it back out to Reuter. She puts up a 3 and in. Second 3 of the night for Emily Reuter. And she now has 8 tonight. Pass down low to Gordon. Can't quite hang on. Gets it back. Back to Maddie Eric. Inside to Moses. Moses puts a shot up and is fouled as she does so. Shot doesn't fall. That is going to be on number 15, Ella Wallers, her second. And there's that replay of that shot from Emily Reuter.
Yeah, it was a great shot.
Shot from Moses goes in. So Dunn and Fink back on, and Stuymaker and Rohr will come off.
So this will be the last time we see our Lady Gators on the home court this year.
Yep. Yeah, we were thinking, before talking with Coach Evans, that second shot from Ella goes in, that there was a possibility, being a 1 or a 2 seed, that we could see the Lady Gators at home again, but that is not the case.
So it'd be a neutral site.
Yeah. So the Gators pressing. Falcons break it. They're across half court. Popchak guarded tightly there by Moses. And is stolen away by Moses. She's going to go in all alone, met by Wallers. Layup and in. Popchak looking to get it in. She will so to Fink. Fink going to cut right down through the middle of the Gators. She could go all the way. Kicks it back out to Reuter. She puts up another 3. Off the rim, no good. Done with the rebound. Is swatted away by Daniels, and Evans comes away with it. Evans can't hang on. Picked up by Daniels. And she'll get it back over to Bryn. Now to Moses. Moses looking underneath. Eric gets it. Shot up and in. 4 points tonight for Maddie Eric. Gators within 15 with 1:30 to go. Popchak looking to get it in. She'll get it into Wallers. Can't quite hang on. And it was off her own leg. So the Gators will get it. So Moses gets it into Evans. Evans to Moses. Moses is going to work in the lane, kicks it back out to Evans. She takes a shot at his block by Popchak. Bryn was thinking about that three. But good job there for Macy Popchak to get up and block that shot. And we'll have Maddie Eric to inbound. Heaves it long to Bryn. Bryn guarded there by Laura Dunn. She puts one up, no good. And Fink will chase it down. She's going to be trapped. Last touch by Wallers, so it'll stay Port ball.
Yeah, tough spot for Fink to be in the corner there. Double teamed.
Yeah, you almost have 4 defenders on you there with the baseline and the out of bounds here on the side. Oh, into Moses layup. No. Popchak gets the rebound. And a foul is going to be called. That's going to be on Ella, her second. So Ella's done a good job staying out of foul trouble tonight.
Yeah, tough shooting night for the Gators. I thought they had some good looks and just didn't quite have the rolls. And hats off to Coudersport. They shot very well tonight.
Yeah, they were on a streak there where they just could not miss. And the woes on the other end for Port. They one shot and Cowdy's getting those rebounds. First shot from Popchak doesn't go. And even when Port had 3 chances down there, with Peyton Gordon getting those rebounds. Second shot doesn't fall either. And it'll be rebounded by Dunn. And she'll toss it to Wallers. Under a minute now. Wallers going to work towards the hoop. She lays one up and is fouled. It's going to send Ella Wallers to the line.
A couple of the Coudersport girls maybe thought they were heading to the other hoop.
That's going to be Bryn's 4th. 53 seconds to go. And the refs are going to ask Ella to get checked. Got some blood on her knee.
Yeah, so I think when you see the final score here, it's going to look a lot closer than it was. Coudersport led from start to what appears to be the finish.
Yep.
Hats off to them. Great effort. Way to shoot, and we wish them luck in the single A playoffs. Wish our Lady Gators luck in the double A playoffs.
So Wallers gets a Band-Aid on her knee, and she'll be out to shoot the foul shots. First one is up and off the back of the rim, no good. And on is Willow Sowers and Haley Thomas. Bryn Evans and Maddie Eric will take a seat. Second shot from Wallers is in, under the net on that one. And we're going to let it roll before Willow will touch it. She'll pick it up and toss it over to Moses. Now to Thomas. Thomas back to Sowers. Bounce pass inside to Moses. She's going to work on Fink. She puts one up off the glass and in from Ella Moses. They'll get it into Wallers. Tosses it ahead, contested by Daniels, but Fink will come down with it. Nobody in front of her. Oh, nearly stripped away by Moses. Dunn will pick it up and put it in. Boy, 3 Falcons just couldn't figure out who wanted to take that. Passes it to Emily Eric. High shot, airballed right to Laura Dunn. That could have been tipped. They'll get it out to Emily Reuter. Reuter going to come down, bounce pass over to Popchak. She puts one up and in. Wide open shot from Macy Popchak. Under 5. See if Ella heaves one. She will. No good. So that is the final from the North Tier League playoff game here in the Swamp. Coudersport wins big, 59-41, on a night that was cold shooting for the Gators.
Yeah, the shooting kind of mimicked the weather outside, and defensively to give up 59 points, you're not going to win very many games. So heading into the playoffs, hopefully the Gators can, step up the intensity there on the defensive end and keep them, give themselves a chance. You don't want to get into a shootout where you've got to score 60. Right.
Yeah. I'm just adding up some scoring here.
So for the Gator Network, no more boys home games, no more girls home games. So the schedule lightens up a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll soon be turning into the junior high schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, so unofficial stats. First for Coudersport, Macy Popchak with 11, Sage Fox with 2, Lainey Steinmaker with 14, Emily Reuter with 8, Ella Wallers with 7, Lila Rohr with 2, Olivia Fink with 11, and Laura Dunn with 4. And on the Port Allegany side, Jenna Renner with 10, Ella Moses with 16, Maddie Eric with 4, Peyton Gordon with 6, and Bryn Evans with 5. So that's it. This will be the last varsity broadcast for basketball this year for the Gator Network. For all of us here at the Gator Network, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. For Daniel Morey, Dave Bartlett, Kerry Hauver, I'm Jeremy Morey. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Good night.